everyone, and welcome to the Lincoln Park Zoo. We are here for wildlife, and we're here for all of you. Thank you so much for being here today to learn more about how seals take part in their own care through training, and how training demonstrates our commitment to care. Now, before we get too far into the program, I do want to give everyone a bit of a layout of where we are right now. We're at the Kovler Seal Pool, which is about 8 feet deep, and it contains 200,000 gallons of salt water. And there are some large flat rocks in the center of the pool area where 3 keepers are currently working with 3 seals. If you have a really keen eye, you might have noticed that not all of the seals look exactly the same, and that is because there are 2 different types, 2 species of seal that call Lincoln Park Zoo home. The first type of seal you might have noticed, the keeper just asked them to go grab that target pole in the water. That is a harbor seal. Harbor seals are much smaller in size, and they have white spots all over their bodies. The other type of seal that you might notice is closer to the center rock here on the stadium side of the pool. That is a gray seal. Gray seals are much larger, and they have really long noses. Now, training is an essential part of caring for seals. First and foremost, it is an excellent form of enrichment. Enrichment is anything that a keeper can do to add a choice or a challenge that's species appropriate, and it helps the animals behave in a more naturalistic way. So the seals are having a chance to practice a lot of different behaviors. And these are also going to be a great way for the keepers to get to have a more trusted, closer relationship with the seals. They're going to get to know the seals more as individuals, which is going to help them understand how that individual seal tends to behave. And so if the seals do start to act a bit different than they normally would, that's probably going to signal to the keeper that it's time for a change in diet, or maybe even time to go to the vet. These training sessions are going to help so much when going to the vet, because they are practicing the same behaviors right now that they would be asked to do if they have to go to the vet. So for instance, we might have a chance to see the keepers asking the seals to present different parts of their body, or asking them to open up their mouths so that the teachers can look at or brush their teeth. We also might have a chance to see them present their flippers in case they need to trim those nails. So this is also so at Lincoln Park Zoo, we always use a 4-step process of training that we affectionately call the 4 R's. That first R is going to be a request from the keeper. So the keeper can make a request in a couple different ways. First, they could verbally ask the seals to do something. They could also use a hand motion to ask the seal to do something, or they could use a special tool called a target pole that you might notice the keepers carrying around with them to direct the behaviors in a more obvious way for the seals. After that, it is the seal's turn to respond. So the seals can choose to respond with the same behavior that was asked of them. They can respond with a different behavior, or maybe they choose not to respond at all. And that's completely okay, because this is always a 100% voluntary training session. So the seals only have to participate if they want to, and nothing bad is ever gonna happen if they do the wrong behavior or if they decide not to participate. I know sometimes I want to hit the snooze bar in the morning, and so it's a very relatable feeling. But one big reason why they might decide to participate is because of that third R, which is key for positive reinforcement, and that is a highly preferred food reward. So if they do the same behavior that was asked of them, they are going to get some special food. And those rewards are hiding inside the keeper's silver buckets. On the count of 3, can you guys shout out what you think is inside of those buckets? 1, 2, 3. Absolutely, it is a fishy reward. They are getting fish. They can sometimes get squid or even sugarless jello. These are all great ways to reinforce the idea to the seals that the behavior that they did was the correct one. Now, the last R is super important for anyone who's learning a new skill, and that is repeat. So the seals are going to practice, because practice makes perfect, so they have a chance to do this at least twice a day, every single day, rain or shine. And they're always learning new skills and practicing ones that they already know. So this is one of the major ways that we care for the seals who live here at the zoo. But there's something that every single person here today can do to care for the seals who live in the wild. And that is as simple as reducing our use of single-use plastics. Now, a single-use plastic is something that we only use once and then we throw away. And sometimes these can find their way into the homes into the waterways that seals call home, and it can be really dangerous for them. So something we can all do is just come up with easy replacements for things that we use a lot. So for instance, I know I see a lot of people already using reusable water bottles, and that is a great step towards reducing our single-use plastic. Now, my name is Madeline. I have noticed that the keepers have ended the session. I want to thank everyone so much for being here today to learn more about how training demonstrates our commitment to care. My name is Madeline. I am with the learning team. I will be over here in this corner in case anyone has any questions. Once again, thank you so much for being here, because your support helps us to conserve wildlife.